Nick Fuentes is essentially a disingenuous grifter who's only after a Senate seat or more. It's pretty obvious to tell since he had his little AFPAC conference in DC, the same place where CPAC is going to be held. It's just from what I can tell, he's basically just an arrogant Zoomer who runs his mouth on his little podcast slash, I guess you can call it a radio show, whatever. He's basically a less gay version of Styx. And what annoys me is that he's very much like Trump. That's why he supports him. He's a phony. This kid isn't real at all. He'll dog whistle white nationalist talking points, but at the same time call white nationalist cringe. And it's like, well, you support the same causes. What are you doing? And for me, from what I can tell, it's more or less just a ruse. And if we're going to talk about cringe, his little buddy Catbois commie and the whole gagging on a dildo, that's how is gagging on dildos and dressing up like a catboy going to save the West? Oh boy. I mean, it's for him. It really is about a cult of personality and getting attention. He's a lot like Richard Spencer. You got your slick Nick and your slick Dick. They're both the same. And he's a quote unquote Catholic, but I don't know. I mean, first of all, we can talk about Catholicism and how it's more or less a neo-paganism, just an old-fashioned version of it. Yeah. And then you've got his whole quote-unquote quasi, civic nationalist, Groyper army, because you see all the guys who showed up in that lineup on the TPUSA conference. You got Latinos in there, and it's like, you leaning a little too much into the Browning of America, buddy. When push comes to shove, he's gonna flip, and I really hope you pay pigs wise up.